Hi guys, in this video I will explain which configuration files does EdgeCloudSim use. First of all, the configuration files are managed by the sim settings class, which is located under EdgeCloudSim core package. So if you have new configuration options, you should modify this file. Okay, let's switch to our configuration files. EdgeCloudSim uses three different files, as you can see in under the config folder. Let's look at the details. First of all, we can check the default config.properties files. This file basically stores the simulation settings. For example, we have simulation time here, format period here, the file logging option, the number of mobile devices used in the simulation, some networking option like wide area network propagation delay, and the characteristic of cloud data center here, and the orchestrator policies, simulation scenarios used in the application, and etc. So if you have such basic simulation configuration, if you need new configuration, you should modify this file and modify the sim settings class here. Okay, let's switch to edgedevices.xml file. Actually, this file stores the characteristic of the data centers. In our simulator, we use many data centers, as you can see here, and each of them has some hosts. And each host also utilizes some virtual machines. In this simulation, we have two virtual machines served by the host, and each data center has only one host. If you are familiar with CloudSim, you already know about the core, MIPS, RAM, and storage requirement of the virtual machines, and we can simply declare them here. And one another important option is the location. Since we are using mobile devices, the location is important. We assume that each data center, these are the edge data center, by the way. Each edge data center serves one access point, and we declare the properties of this access point here. We have also some cost options here, cost per bandwidth, cost per memory, and etc. This is also used by the CloudSim, but in our simulations we do not consider this. Actually, we do not care about these parameters, but maybe you are working a new cost model, so you should consider these options as well. Okay, let's switch to the last file, which is the application.xml. As you can see, we declare the characteristic of the applications used in our simulation. We have, for example, 4 applications in this simulation, which are the augmented reality, health, heavy computational, and infotainment applications. Each application has some specification. For example, the inter-arrival time, pause and inter-arrival time of the tasks, which are generated by the augmented reality application. The active and idle period of this application in terms of the seconds. The data upload and download. The length of the tasks. The required core. This is the number of the cores required for the tasks in order to be executed. And the virtual machine utilization value. If the task is executed on an edge server, it consumes 20% CPU. On the other hand, it consumes 2% CPU on the edge server. Maybe you need other options for your applications. in this case you should define your new variables here, and then manage them in the sim settings class. These are the default values used by the sample applications.